Waterways. Waterways are the cheapest means of transport. They are most suitable for carrying heavy and bulky goods. It is a fuel efficient and environment friendly mode of transport. India has inland navigation waterways of 14,500 km in length. Let us look at the national waterways by the government. The Ganga River between Allahabad and Haldia NW number 1, the Brahmaputra River between Sadia and Dhubri NW number 2, the West Coast Canal in Kerala NW number 3, specified stretches of Godavari and Krishna rivers along with Kakinada Puducherry stretch of canals NW number 4, specified stretches of river Brahmani along with Matai river, delta channels of Mahanadi and Brahmani rivers and East Coast Canal NW number 5. Apart from these, India's trade with foreign countries is carried from the ports located along the coast. 95% of the country's trade volume is moved by sea. India has a long coastline of 7,516.6 km. India is dotted with 12 major seaports. Major seaports. Kandla in Kutch. It was the first port developed soon after independence. It was developed to ease the volume of trade on the Mumbai port in the wake of loss of Karachi port to Pakistan after the partition. Kandla is a tidal port. Mumbai. It is the biggest port with a spacious, natural and well-sheltered harbour. The Jawaharlal Nehru Port. It was planned with a view to end the congestion of the Mumbai port and serve as a hub port for this region. Manmagaon Port. It is the premier iron ore exporting port of the country. This port accounts for about 50% of India's iron ore export. It is situated in Goa. New Mangalore Port, located in Karnataka, exports iron ore from Kundremukh mines. Kochi is the extreme southwestern port. It is located at the entrance of a lagoon with a natural harbour. Tuticorin in Tamil Nadu is the extreme southeastern port. This port has a natural harbour. It trades a large variety of cargoes to our neighbouring countries like Sri Lanka, Maldives, etc. Chennai. It is one of the oldest artificial ports of the country. It is ranked next to Mumbai in terms of the volume of trade and cargo. Visakhapatnam. It is the deepest landlocked and well protected port. This port was developed as a port for iron ore exports. Pradeep Port. It is located in Odisha. It specializes in the export of iron ore. Kolkata. It is an inland riverline port. This port serves as a very large and rich hinterland of Ganga Brahmaputra basin. Being a tidal port, it requires constant dredging of Hooghly River. Haldia Port. It was developed as a subsidiary port in order to relieve growing pressure on the Kolkata port. Airways. The air travel today is the fastest, most comfortable and prestigious mode of transport. It can cover very difficult terrains like high mountains, dreary deserts, dense forest and also long oceanic stretches with great ease. Air travel has made access easier in the northeastern part of the country, which has big rivers, dense forest and frequent floods and international frontiers. The air transport was nationalized in 1953. On the operational side, Indian Airlines, Alliance Air or subsidiary of Indian Airlines, private scheduled airlines and non-scheduled operators provide domestic air services. Air India provides international air services. Pawan Hans helicopters provides transportation to inaccessible areas, difficult terrains and offshore operations where making an airport is also difficult. It provides helicopter services to Oil and Natural Gas Corporation in its offshore operations to inaccessible areas. Air travel is not within the reach of the common people. It is only in the northeastern states that special provisions are made to extend the services to the common people. Communication. Ever since humans appeared on the earth, they have used different means of communication. But the pace of change has been rapid in modern times. The major means of communication in India are television, radio, press, films, etc. The Indian Postal Network is the largest in the world. It handles parcels as well as personal written communications. First class mail is intended for personal or business correspondence, whereas standard mail is used more for advertisements and mass communication. First class mail is delivered faster by the USPS than bulk or standard mail. First class mail is generally delivered in 1 to 3 days locally and 3 to 5 days nationally by the USPS. It is airlifted between stations covering both land and air. Second class mail includes book packets, registered newspapers and periodicals. They are carried by surface mail covering land and water transport. To facilitate quick delivery of mails in large towns and cities, 6 mail channels have been introduced recently. They are called Rajdhani Channel, Metro Channel, Green Channel, Business Channel, Bulk Mail Channel and Periodical Channel. Rajdhani Channel ensures transmission of mail from Delhi to 6 state capitals. Metro Channel ensures transmission of inter-metro mails like from Bangalore, Delhi, Mumbai, etc. Green Channel exists in all major cities for delivering of local mails. A mail from a town posted to the same town is delivered the next day through the Green Channel. Green post boxes are installed for these purposes. India has one of the largest telecom networks in Asia. The subscriber trunk dialing facilities all over India have been made possible by integrating the development in space technology with communication technology. Mass communication provides entertainment and creates awareness among people about various national programs and policies. It includes radio, television, newspapers, magazines, books and films. India Radio Channel or Akashvani broadcast a variety of programs in national, regional and local languages. Doordarshan, the national television channel, is one of the largest terrestrial networks in the world. India publishes a large number of newspapers in about 100 languages and dialects. Importance of mass communication. Mass communication provides entertainment. They create awareness among people about various national programs and policies. They provide variety of programs in national, regional and local languages for various categories of people spread over different parts of the country. They strengthen democracy in the country by providing news and information to the masses. It helps in agriculture sector by helping farmers by providing them information about new agricultural practices. Doordarshan is the national television channel of India. It is one of the largest terrestrial networks in the world. The largest numbers of newspapers published in the country are in Hindi, followed by English and Urdu. India is the largest producer of feature films in the world. The Central Board of Film Certification is the authority to certify both Indian and foreign films. International trade. The exchange of goods among people, states and countries is referred to as trade. International trade is defined as the exchange of goods and services between two or more countries. It is also considered as economic barometer because advancement of international trade of a country leads to economic prosperity. Income earned from international trade constitutes a major part in the net national income. Large international trade leads to revival of domestic economy. As the resources are space bound, no country can survive without international trade. Export and import are the components of trade. The balance of trade of a country is the difference between its export and import. When the value of export exceeds the value of imports, it is called a favorable balance of trade. On the contrary, if the value of imports exceeds the value of exports, it is termed as unfavorable balance of trade. Favorable balance of trade is regarded good for the economic development, whereas unfavorable balance of trade is seen harmful for the domestic economy. India has trade relations with all the major trading blocs. India has emerged as a software giant at the international level, and it is earning large foreign exchange through the export of information technology. Importance of tourism as a trade. Tourism in India earns huge foreign exchange. Over 2.6 million foreign tourists visit India every year. More than 15 million people are directly engaged in the tourism industry. Tourism also promotes national integration. It provides support to local handicrafts and cultural pursuits. It also helps in the development of international understanding about our culture and heritage. Foreign tourists visit India for heritage tourism, ecotourism, adventure tourism, cultural tourism, medical tourism, and business tourism. Rajasthan, Goa, Jammu and Kashmir, and temple towns of South India are important destinations of foreign tourists in India. There is vast potential of tourism development in the northeastern states and interior parts of Himalayas, but due to strategic reasons, these have not been encouraged so far. We hope the given explanation will help you. If you have any query regarding lifelines of national economy, please drop a comment. We will get back to you at the earliest.